I'm Tamara Gatling. I'm making this recording in regards to my dad. He's Dion Gatling. Most people know him as Cuffy. But I wanted to make this recording so I can shed light on some facts. My dad was set up by one of his best friends, which is Demetrius Flannery, also known as Big Meech. My dad and Meech have been friends for 30 years plus. I've known Meech my whole life. I look at him like an uncle. Like, this situation has been completely devastating on so many different levels.
This call was from a federal prison.
Originally, I was put with Tammy. I paid for the script. I paid $250,000. That's my script. That's why 50 when he came in, because we put a assistant release order in through my attorney. That's why they couldn't do a motion picture. That's why you didn't see the BMF story on the big screen. That's when her and Meech turned the scheme toward me. You feel me? For her cooperation and setting me up, supposed to give Meech a time cut. It puts me in jail, and now they don't have to split any of the revenue with me.
50 Cent's savage attack on Big Meech. A roller coaster of drama. 50 Cent is at it again, this time turning his verbal heat towards none other than Big Meech, co-founder of the Black Mafia family, BMF. Following a recent meeting between Meech and Rick Ross, things quickly escalated, leaving the internet buzzing. What's really going down between 50 Cent and Big Meech? Hold on tight, because this story is about to take you on one wild ride.
Well, the internet knows the last person you ever want to double cross is 50 Cent. So right now the internet is on fire. Why? Because 50 Cent just called Big Meech a rat.
What?
I don't even know what to think of this news. I didn't even think it was real until I started seeing all the blogs posting it. And I'm like, what the heck? So, like, literally every blog is posting that 50 Cent called Big Meech a rat. And everybody is saying it is because Big Meech teamed up with Rick Ross. And you know Rick Ross and 50 Cent are sworn enemies. So, you know, I had to go to 50 Cent page and make sure it was real. And lo and behold, here it is right here. He said the biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining his relationship with Tammy Cohen. Her tell-all docu reveals the truth. What? And the caption says, I think I'm Big Meech with a rat. Now this is very troubling, because just not too long ago, 50 Cent and Big Meech linked up and they posted a picture, and it made it seem like everything was all good and they was best friends. See, look, he posted this picture November 17, 2024. Basically said Green Light Gang Ultimate Hustler Edition. Woo woo. So a lot of people don't know that BMF season 4 is actually about to come out this year, and there's been a lot of rumors around how they didn't know if BMF was gonna get another season because the rights and who owned the story, and that Big Meech is out. So 50 Cent had been going on his page recently and been saying little things here and there about the BMF show he's producing. So he posted this: the truth ain't nothing but the truth. BMF, who is Tammy Cohen? He said, this is gonna blow your mind. Docu coming soon. The facts are stranger than fiction. Boom. So what is 50 Cent basically saying about BMF? He also posted this right after and said, if ratings aren't good this next season of BMF, it will be its last. So tune in to stars. I'm watching 50 Cent action. So with all that being said, 50 Cent then posted this. He said, be sure to catch the next season of BMF. It's gonna be out of here if you don't. So everybody is like, yo, what is going on?
The long-standing beef. 50 Cent versus Rick Ross. The drama between 50 Cent and Rick Ross goes way back to 2008, sparked by an incident at the BET Hip Hop Awards. Ross claimed that 50 gave him a snarky look, something 50 denied, even claiming he didn't remember Ross being there. This little interaction set off a chain reaction, leading Ross to drop the track Mafia Music, taking shots at 50 Cent. In retaliation, 50 came back with Officer Ricky, mocking Ross's past as a correctional officer. This led to an ongoing series of diss tracks, public jabs, and even 50 Cent's infamous interview with Ross's baby mama, which only added fuel to the fire.
bedroom with Rick Ross. Hey, Curtis Jackson, you're more than welcome to bring that Versace Lamborghini to the car show and your little homies. I know them niggas with them niggas, Auntie Murder. Yeah, I know you got a Toyota Tundra. I know it. I can see it in your face.
What is it with you and Ross that's just been going on for so long?
I spell it to you, right? Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets cousin first. You see TMZ is say 50 Cent said this is gonna be bad for Irv Gotti's career. I get covered across the board.
Yeah.
They get covered on the hip hop blogs. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You just see it happen periodically as it goes.
Yeah.
You know, you see that big white elephant, that property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclubs. He's in the nightclubs.
Yeah.
We know what they can give you. They can't pay you more than they can pay you because the room can't hold enough people for them to give you the money to stay there. You can stay until you're a squatter, holding on to the leg of the chair that they're moving. But that's what it is. It's just a part of presentation.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You can see this. You don't need me to say this. You know this.
Yeah.
Look at it. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass? You trying to save money? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Let me ask you.
The AC broken in the.
World famous DJ Clue. It's the people's choice, DJ Envy.
Yeah.
And it's Kid 50 Cent, man. What's
I'm
good?
back, and I feel like I'm back starting again. We coming full circle. I remember desperately wanting to be on a Clue tape.
Rick Ross's son.
Yeah.
You were out in Vegas at the fight.
Yeah.
Now this was like the worst disrespect that somebody can do. I took a
No.
picture to a parent. You took a picture with his son, holding his son.
Yeah.
But y'all have problems. Just imagine if your baby moms
Right.
had your son with somebody else. It'd be ugly. Definitely.
You know, like, I had a hard time growing up Clue. You know, my son's mom knows that my actions would reflect that. So she won't do it. She won't chance it. See, people who know me know my capabilities. So they'll stop. You know, people who think I gotta gauge. I gotta look and see who is this guy before, you know, like you get into a space. Because I believe you. When every day I'm hustling, I'm thinking that's who he is. Then you look in the back and you go, wait, he's a cop. You serious? And anything else that comes out is go, okay, I can't even take this serious. I gotta go put me curly. I do something else that's effective and laugh at it. So no one else takes it serious. You know, because there's no way. How could you attack that?
Big Meech caught in the crossfire. Fast forward to the present. And now Big Meech finds himself dragged into this war of words. A photo of Meech hanging out with Rick Ross set 50 Cent off, who wasted no time in calling Meech a rat. Why such a harsh accusation? According to 50, Meech has a history of cooperating with federal authorities. The claim: Meech allegedly used a third-party informant to pass on information, essentially snitching to save his own skin.
What do you think about Big Meech getting out?
They're crazy. When I think about Big Meech, I gotta think about Cuffy. You know about Cuffy?
Yeah.
Cuffy come from St. Louis, man. He he gave Meech them $1 million. He like helped start BML. He owned the name of BML, and they stole that name from him. They snitched on him and sent him to jail. Right. So Meech out. So he need to really make good with that. He need to go get Cuffy. He need to go talk to Cuffy.
Yeah, I interviewed Cuffy, and he's accusing Meech of cooperating.
He ain't accused. He got paperwork.
So yeah, I got Cuffy right here, man. St. Louis legend. You know what I'm saying? And I know people heard me speak about Meech's paperwork situation with the last interview that we had, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They don't believe it, Blues hating. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back and I looked at everything, I was like, you know what, bro? It's only right and only one way to really do it. You good? Only one way to really do it and just let Dog speak for itself. So I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, a lot of people, man, that this thing is made up or this thing is fake or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, and you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Collins, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential source 1. So what Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Collins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
I mean, listen, it's like if you rich and you got power, you can't be a snitch. Meech a snitch. Everybody know Meech a snitch, right? Cuffy say Meech a snitch, he a snitch. I'm from St. Louis, gang. I ain't going against my own. What Cuffy got a lie for? What he got a lie for? Meech a snitch. But St. Louis know he a snitch, right? Y'all run around praising this. We don't do that. Not in St. Louis, but we know he a snitch. We believe Cuffy. St. Louis believe Cuffy. We stand behind our own, gang. Crazy how he set him up for a whole bunch of bricks and shit. Called him from jail. Remember, called him from jail, we got 200 bricks for you, and then you get there and the police there? And then Tammy Owens? Come on, gang. Come on, gang. Whole time, come on, gang. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. You gotta talk to Cuffy to know it, right? I talked to Cuffy, I talked to his daughter. Cuffy's daughter stuff about it. She go from being rich out there, stuff like, ain't nobody trying to help her neither.
I'm Tamara Gatling. I'm making this recording in regards to my dad. He's Dion Gatling. Most people know him as Cuffy. But I wanted to make this recording so I can shed light on some facts. My dad was set up by one of his best friends, which is Demetrius Flannery, also known as Big Meech. My dad and Meech have been friends for 30 years plus. I've known Meech my whole life. I look at him like an uncle. Like, this situation has been completely devastating on so many different levels, and there's still so many questions that aren't answered. At this point, I can only shed light on what I know for sure to be facts, and hopefully one day I will have the complete truth. But in 2011, around that time, Meech reached out to my dad in regards to creating a BMF movie. So Meech hooked my dad up with a woman named Tammy Cohens. At the time, Tammy was Meech's power of attorney. Also, she owned the life rights. So my dad was working with Meech, Tammy, T, basically trying to work on a movie deal. So finally arrested my dad and we received the discovery. He knew exactly who CS1 was, and he told me and my mom that it was Tammy Cohens. At that time, we really did not want to believe. We wanted to give Meech the benefit of the doubt. It was really, really hard to believe that Meech would set my dad up. It was almost unbelievable. So we were able to like reach out, get a message to Meech, and basically let him know that Tammy was an informant. We later received a message from him saying that it had to be a misunderstanding. Just call her, she'll straighten this out, so on, so on. And at this time, my dad was like, I'm not dumb, I'm not about to call an informant.
The receipts. 50 Cent's strong allegations. 50 Cent didn't stop at accusations. He brought out receipts. Enter Cuffy, a man who helped build the BMF empire, now serving a 30-year sentence. According to 50, Cuffy's conviction was due to Meech selling him out. To make things even more intense, Cuffy's daughter recently stepped forward, supporting 50's claims and casting doubt on Meech's loyalty.
So what Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Collins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
Right. So
okay, so can you break down the story? Like, how do you know this? And how'd you come upon this information?
how do you know? How do you came upon this information though?
We were rewarded what's called a Frank hearing. It's based on a case called U.S. versus Frank. So I would implore your listeners to look the case up. And what like a regular trial. So this was testified in court.
Period. Point blank.
This was testified in court that I became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
That's what was said on the stand, bro. The lady became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. But I think people would ask the question of this though. This is what I got hit with a lot is, all right, then if he did it to get a time cut, then how come he still did all that time in jail?
Well, what they don't understand is that he never received the time cut.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before the time, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena, February 13th.
You know, put
He
all
said,
that
how
together.
did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy so you could get caught up in it? How did that happen? So that means you got to go back to the movie.
Okay, so, well, let me take them back. So me and Tammy were working on the BMF movie. I originally had the script and paid for the script for the BMF movie, not the show that 50's doing on Stars. But I originally paid for the script for the BMF movie, so we were shopping the movie.
So Tammy was involved at that time, which is CS1. So
Tammy Cowan, CS1, had all Meech life rights.
right. And what year was that?
This all the way back in 2010.
Okay. So this.
We proved that there was a legitimate business.
Right.
Legal business.
Right.
So, well, Meech, so let's take it back. The original target was the guy by the name of Fidel Suarez. That was a Mexican cartel member out of California. He was the initial target.
Right. Fidel Suarez was the initial target out of Cali.
His name is in the paperwork.
Right.
Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Oh, Meech and Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Exactly. But when the government found out she was in contact with me, they switched the investigation toward me.
Bad work. Bad work. It's just bad work.
Exactly.
Did she help set you up or anything like that?
What's called third-party cooperation, and that's what we've been preaching because that's the dirty little secret.
He just, all right, look, did she help set you up or anything like that?
Yeah, she set me up.
Bro, I broke all that down on our last interviews, bro. Listen, all right, let me explain to you what this lady did, man. She went to the police. All right, she went on a visit or something with Meech and got a play to run. Look, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. She left from up there talking to him and went to the police and said, look, I'm supposed to go do this and go do that and do this and do that. I told y'all we finna run the play. And they gave her the phones or whatever to hook up the wiretap. They gave her the hot phones to wiretap who she was talking to. And then she started communicating with everybody on this wiretap phone, bro.
Exactly.
That's how she did it.
The war extends. 42 Doug and Rick Ross join in. And if you thought 50 Cent would slow down, think again. Recently, 42 Doug showed support for Big Meech, which immediately made him a target for 50. In typical 50 Cent style, he's now calling out 42 Doug, making it clear that anyone siding with Meech is now on his radar.
8 minutes, I got a call last night. Said, Wack, you want to buy it? We got the phone call, the 42 Doug called, that 50 Cent's talking about.
Wait, okay, let's lay out this situation for the people at home. Okay. 50 Cent calls out Detroit rapper 42 Doug for giving Big Meech $100,000 following his release from prison. 50 Cent posts a photo of 42 Doug and says, "Your daddy, my ninja emoji. I love you and cheese because of Q. You made a mistake giving Screech, aka Big Meech, $100,000. You could have given that to your ninja emojis. You've always been hard-headed." Okay, so you break this down to me. Like, why 42 Doug gave... Okay, and then this is the conversation. LOL, I'm not gonna blow you up, big bro, but Cuffy's nephew said he has the audio of him and 42 Doug on a three-way with Meech. They about to drop it, of him confronting Meech. He said Meech was down bad, so he sent money to him, and Merch put him with Tammy. He got records to prove it. Confronting him of saying, "What, champ?" On him setting up Cuffy to originally get out early. Dude gave real life. So they're saying that 42 Doug gave him $100,000 while knowing that he was doing something naughty. What's your view of this?
The call is, I know it to be from somebody that was locked up. 42, I guess. Three-way to call. Everywhere. And the individual was upset because he's saying, "Hey, homie, you tried to put me with Tammy." I'm reading from Cuffy that she's a known third-party cooperant through you. You tried to put me with Tammy. We talking 2017, 2018. So dude is saying, why did you try to put me with this person? Now the Cuffy thing go back to 2011, 2012. So this 2017, why did you try to put me with her? Right? So what they saying is that 42 had knowledge of this. I don't know if he had knowledge of this. They saying he might have been on the phone. I don't know. What I do know is I got a call last night from our roots with the gentleman that said, "Wack, we looking to see, I reached out to all the powers that be. We looking to see if they want to do something with it." It's 8 minutes. And when dude is getting at Meech is stuttering. He really can't explain himself. "Man, I didn't know." "Well, what you mean you didn't know?" "How you don't know and it's in the paperwork that she's third party cooperating for you. She's willingly working with the feds. You put me with her or attempted to." So when this comes out, it's gonna show. To 42 Doug's, I think 42 may have blessed Meech with 100 when he got out. So to his defense, I don't believe 42, know a lot about all this intricate stuff what's going on. He from Detroit. His whole disposition is, show it to me, which 42 it is, work out there you can't read.
Right.
You ain't no fool. You did time. You understand conspiracy.
42 Doug on his Instagram story, "Can't no N-word convince me to go against Detroit either. Show me Big Bruh's a rat or shut the f up talking."
Yeah, well,
to
it
me.
is some work out there, 42, that you've done time.
I feel like you should call him Doug. I feel like 42 is where he's from.
42 Doug or whatever, he a little mad at me because
The Offset
I
thing.
talked about the Offset thing. I like 42 Doug. I mean, but the truth could never be considered disrespect. I get it. And respectfully, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. They praying for my downfall. They waiting for me to slip and fall on a piece of gum. So I'm gonna talk about everything I can talk about as long as it's within the means of being talked about and it's not incriminating. If it happened, it happened. If you know what happened, it happened. We both know what happened. I hear him, he got mad. He the boss of his little crew, but I don't see him as a threat because I seen it.
$100,000 is so much.
He could have gave that to his close friends, but that's really what you call that's DS mentality.
That's a lot.
Rick Ross strikes back. The battle escalates. But Rick Ross wasn't about to stay quiet. In response, Ross has accused 50 Cent of being a hypocrite, claiming that 50 is the real snitch in this entire drama. As the feud intensifies, fans are choosing sides, and the entire situation is turning into a messy public showdown.
Took a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe. Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all to understand you gotta stop making business personal. Get your money. You don't know these don't know you. And for anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this. I've been putting my foot up you for the last 15 years. Everything you touch crumble. Why you think Rose on top? We don't take this personal, we get into the money. Now, Big Meech, February 13th, that concert gonna be off the hook. Putting his foot up you and leaving it in your intestine. You know what's going down. Car show bigger than ever. Ricky Rose, the biggest. Biggest boss. I've been separated myself from these broke because they don't understand the rules to the streets. You understand? Don't know owe you nothing, homie. Don't owe you nothing. Y'all get money together. Y'all get money. Keep moving. All that extra. You just don't even have a relationship with your own brothers, your own mothers and fathers. How the you gonna act like you real close with me? Stop all that fake capping. That's why you ain't got no money. You need a loan, come see the boss. When it's on, come see the boss. If Satan, if I ain't said nothing to you, may want to do something to you. I told you in 06 who the biggest would be. I told y'all. In their emotions. Oh, took a picture with Rose. Oh, man, these emotional. Wipe your to the front, you heard? Ain't hurt her. Use it hurt her. I'm gonna bust this bottle early in the day. One time for all the real ones. It's real, Ricky Rose. You looking at a young hustler on pace to get a B. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I want y'all to understand this. It's only great entertainment when you forget it's entertainment. Hey, Curtis Jackson, you more than welcome to bring that Versace Lamborghini to the car show. June 7th, and your little homies. I know them with the Auntie Murder. Yeah, I know you got a Toyota Tundra. I know it. I can see it in your face. Shout out to all the big key holders. One time for everybody putting their cars together, fine-tuning they paying attention to all the details for this Ricky Rose car show. Car show number 4. You see it? Boom. Car show number 4 is finna go down. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. The special rollout I'm gonna have as far as new whips for the car show, which I've never done. It's a 3-piece, meaning it's 3 different automobiles. They all the same color, and no, it's not the big motor verts from, listen, you wouldn't be able to imagine how many different times was tried to fix the issues with me and Curly Jackson. No, I always said no. Why? It's a free TV show for me. I could wake up in the morning and say, that can't dress, peon, and he ain't got no paper. None. All that aqua vitamin water shit was foo-foo. Stop. And then I could just run an ad. It's like having a TV show. This turn the ratings up, boom, then you give them a commercial, boom, and say Rick Ross Car Show June 7th. You feel me? That's what I got. I could wake up, and who else could do that? I could wake up 50, yeah, a pussy, ain't got no paper, tight clothes, be wearing a Yankee hat with a Casablanca button up with the collar halfway turned up. Stop. I'm so excited. The street's so excited. RickRossCarShow.com. Get your tickets right now. June 7th is the amazing day. God is so great. It's going to be so big. The performers, the vendors, the food, the baddies, of course, the bikes, trucks, the cars. We're going to make history once again, man. I'm so happy to be a part of this. One time for the whole team, 57 Freddie, so on and so forth. Now, February 13th, the Big Meech home concert right here, down here in Miami. You can't miss that. Make sure you get your tickets right now. Man, it's going to be history. 2025 going to be a big year for the big boys. Let's do it big.
The burning question. What's next for Big Meech? With all the heat building up, one question remains. What will Big Meech do next? Will he respond to these accusations? Or will he remain silent as the drama unfolds? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on this fiery feud.